Hi guys, I'm so excited today. You know why? Because today I'm making one of my jollof recipes. I have so many different ways of making jollof, but this is just the simplest and the one that has a lot of aroma in it, because I want you guys to have the best. I also have a jollof recipe that is specially made for people who want to sell jollof. I'll drop that later, but let's get into it. Now, this is my tomato mix for this recipe, and you want to make sure you're using very red stuff, because you want the perfect red tomato stew. Okay, so I have here my red bell peppers, my beetroots, my tomatoes, some carrots, some chilies, and some basil and some coriander. So I'm going to grill this. Okay, I like roasting my peppers. You know why? Because it makes it very, very nice, gives it this smoky flavor, and I really love it. But you can go ahead and fry in oil, or you can also go ahead and just boil it. Okay, otherwise just go ahead and just blend it. Why not? Don't go through all the stress. But trust me, when you roast your tomatoes and your peppers, you're going to get the best flavor for your jollof. Trust me. So right after that, you're going to blend this in your blender, add in some water, and you're going to go ahead and cover this and blend. One thing about me, I love cooking so much, and anytime I'm cooking, I relax when I'm doing it. I don't give myself so much pressure. I think you should learn that too. Okay, don't put pressure on yourself when you're cooking. And that's my tomato mix. Look at how smooth that is looking. Every jollof needs a good stew, and every good stew needs a good base, and this is my stew base mix. Okay, so I blend my peppers, garlic, ginger, onion, my herbs, and some bay leaf and some bell peppers. You can use green bell pepper here. Okay, I wasn't finding some, so I had to substitute it with this. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend everything together, adding some oil, adding some water. The oil is just to make it smooth. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this, and this is going to be my stew base mix. This same mix can be used to steam your meats or your goats or any protein you're using for your jollof. That's why I call it my all-purpose base, because this mix can be used for a lot of things. Okay, now I'm going to use the same thing to season my goat's meat, and I'm going to add in some seasoning, add in some water, because hey, I'm building flavors here and I need the stock for my jollof, so I need to add in some water. Now let's make the perfect stew for our jollof. You're going to go ahead and add in some oil. Jollof needs a lot of oil, so don't be scared to pour. Add in some onions and some peppers. The peppers for shaggy reason, because Chef Abby's and her peppers, we don't play. Now you're just going to fry these onions with your oil, so it's very well fried before you add in your pepper mix or your base mix that I blended earlier. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add that and fry this as well. You need to fry this very well before you add in your tomato mix. The secret to a perfect stew for jollof is the method of frying. Don't just pour and boil it. Enjoy the cooking. Fry the onions, fry the tomatoes, and you're going to get a perfect stew. Okay, now for a red jollof, you need to add a lot of tomato paste. Jollof is about tomato paste and the bell peppers and all that. Tomatoes doesn't really make jollof red. It adds up to it, but it doesn't really make it so red. So you need to use a lot of tomato paste and more red bell peppers. Please don't miss that. Okay, now going to fry your tomato paste with the oil and the pepper mix till it becomes well fried, just like this. Okay, because you don't want that sourness in your stew. No way, please. I'm not doing boring jollof over here. Now cover this and let that fry well. And you can see that your tomato paste is opening up, and that's when you know that, yeah, you've gotten a really good jollof stew base mix. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add in your tomato mix. You can see how red this is looking already. It looks so good already, and I love it. I love the aroma that I was getting, the fresh basil and all the herbs that were in it. I could smell them, and that means that I'm going to really get a nice jollof. And I can see how I'm consistently stirring my stew because I don't want any burns under it. I hate that thing when I'm cooking. I like to stir everything up. Okay, I don't like those burns at all. Now I'm going to cover it and let your stew cook, and I'm going to mix my spices. Now listen, if you don't get a good spice mix for your jollof, my dear, jollof no any day, it won't be nice. You won't get the perfect jollof, and jollof takes up a lot of seasoning, so don't be scared to season your jollof. But that doesn't mean you want your jollof to be salty. No, you're building flavors. So these are my spices that I'm going to be using. I've listed them in the video. I'm going to list that in the description box as well. You can check it out. Now I'm going to just give this a good mix, and this is going to be my spice mix for my jollof. Do you see that? Yeah, not boring things for her. Yeah, so you're going to go ahead and add that to your jollof stew, and you can see how my stew looks already. You can pair this with rice and you would enjoy it so much. I added more seasoning cube and paprika. You can't do without smoked paprika in your jollof. It makes it so nice and I love it. It makes it spicy as well. At this point, my jollof stew was looking good and ready to be jollofed. If that's even a statement. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my rice to this. And guess what? You need to use a really good rice for your jollof. I'm using Lily rice. I don't know what rice you use, but Lily works for me so much. So I'm going to add that to the stew. Make sure you don't overtake the rice because you don't want the rice to be too much than the stew. There should be a balance, okay? I was saying what I say. You don't need to make it look like that white thing. No way. This is where you can see that your jollof is going to be red. Okay. Now, me, Chef Abby's water doesn't go into my jollof. Oh. No way. I use just stock to build up my jollof flavor. Just stock. So you're going to give this a try, okay? Add in your stock and give this a good mix. Jollof doesn't cook with water. It cooks with steam. That's what people don't get. So any little amount of water you add into it will cook the jollof. That's why some people, when they make jollof, it becomes very, very soft because they pour so much water into it. No way. You don't cook jollof like that. All you need to do is cover it and let that jollof cook very well. Now you can see that I'm not going to stir my jollof for more than 3 times. No. One thing about people when they're cooking their jollof, they're going to stir it a billion times. It's going to break the rice. You need to give the jollof freedom of justice. Let the jollof take its time to cook, okay? Now you can see that my jollof is cooking well and I'm going to add in some butter and some vegetables, which is optional because I know some people, they don't like vegetables in their jollof. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in your fried goat's meat and look at how my jollof is looking already. Like, tell me it's not giving what it's supposed to give. Just tell me. Ghana jollof is the best, honestly. This jollof was given. It was looking so good. And I loved it. And the aroma in this jollof, guys. Try this and let me know. Because I know you're going to give me good reviews after you try it. Trust me, you're going to love this recipe. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.